Dear student, today we are going to design a first order active low pass filter using OP-AMP 741 IC. In this lecture, we will discuss the frequency scaling term, various design steps of low pass filter. We will take two examples to design the low pass filter, and then we will design the low pass filter using NI Multisim software. We will find out the output result using CRO, and using bot plot we will obtain the frequency response curve of low pass filter. In previous lecture, we had already learned about the active low pass filter and we had derived the gain magnitude equation. So as you know that this op-amp 741 IC is the general purpose IC, means it is used for general purpose like addition, subtraction, multiplication, integration and differentiation, etc. This is also called conventional op-amp, means it cannot work at high frequencies due to the frequency limitation of this IC and its slew rate, that is 0.5 volt per microsecond. So if you want to design a low pass filter for a very high frequency range, then you can choose high speed ICs such as 8844 IC. This is the current conveyor IC. This high-speed IC are having higher slew rate, higher speed, independence of gain and bandwidth, high frequency range of operation, and simple circuit realization. Therefore, you can choose this type of high-speed ICs and design the circuit for high frequency ranges. So now let's come to the topic. To begin, let's construct the circuit for the first order active low pass filter using NI Multisim software. To design this low pass filter, here these are the content, frequency scaling, design step of low pass filter. In this PPT, we are considering these 6 points. So here, third one is the two examples with proper solution, design of low pass filter using multisim software, and find out the result using CRO, find out the frequency response curve using bot plot. Here, this is the gain magnitude equation of low pass filter. We had already discussed in our previous lecture. So here, this is V naught upon V in is the gain of the filter, and AF is the passband gain of the filter, and that is equal to 1 plus RF upon R1, because low pass filter is used in the non-inverting mode. So there the supply is applied at non-inverting mode. So here, in case of non-inverting, gain is equal to 1 plus RF R1, RF upon R1 also. And the frequency F is the frequency of input signal, and FH is the high cutoff frequency of the filter. So here the FH is equal to 1 upon 2 pi RC. Here, there are three conditions. When the frequency F is less than FH, then the gain will be equal to V naught upon V in equal to AF. So the gain is equal to AF. When F is equal to FH, the gain V naught upon V in equal to AF upon root 2. So that is equal to 0.707 AF. The gain falls to 0.707 times the maximum gain AF. And the third one condition, when F is equal to F is greater than FH, then the gain is less than AF. So gain decreases at a constant rate of minus 20 dB per decade. So this is the frequency response curve of low pass filter. Here, as you can see, there are two bands. This is the pass band and this is the stop band. This is the voltage gain and this is the frequency. So here, when this gain will be increased, and when we will increases the frequency, then it is constant here, and then decreases. So at this point, this is your cutoff frequency. So this is the high cutoff frequency, because in case of low pass filter passes only low frequency signals and reject the other frequencies. So here, this is the role of is minus 20 dB per decade, because in this example we are using only design the only first order low pass filter. So the roll off will be minus 20 dB per decade. You can also increase this roll off by adding some order, like higher order. Like if you want to design the second order high pass low pass filter, then this roll off will be increased and it will be minus 40 dB per decade, and so on. Here, what is frequency scaling term? And the method used to change the original cutoff frequency fc to a new cutoff frequency, that is called frequency scaling. So why the need of frequency scaling? Once the filter is designed, sometimes it is essential to change the value of the cutoff frequency. So the required cutoff frequency can be achieved by calculating the corresponding value of a resistor. For this, we'll also use the potentiometer in the circuitry. So here, design of active low pass filter. These are the 4 steps to design the low pass filter. The first one step is choose the high cutoff frequency and then choose the value of capacitor C. Here the value of C will be always less than equal to 1 microfarad. So you can choose any value of C that will be less than equal to 1 microfarad. And the third one is calculate the value of resistance using FH. So here the FH is equal to 1 upon 2 pi RC, and the last one step is select the value of resistance R1 and RF using the AF. This is the pass band gain, and this is equal to 1 plus RF upon R1. So here, according to that 4 steps, we will take an example. This is the example 1, and design a first order Butterworth low pass filter with a cutoff frequency of 8 kilohertz with a pass band gain of 2. So here in this example, 8 kilohertz is your high cutoff frequency. So this is the first step, assume the high cutoff frequency. So here FH is given, that is at kilohertz, and the second one step is choose the value of capacitor C, and it will be always less than equal to 1 microfarad. So you can choose any value of capacitor. So here we are the value of C is assume that 0.001 microfarad, and find out the value of resistance R with the help of the formula FH is equal to 1 upon 2 pi RC. So according to that formula, we can find out the value of R, that is R equal to 1 upon 2 pi FH into C. So here that is equal to 1 upon 2 pi. FH is given here, that is 8 kilohertz. So this is equal to 8 into 10 raised to power 3, and the capacitor C is equal to 10 raised to power minus 9. So the value of R is equal to 19.9 kilo ohm. And the last one step is the pass band gain of the low pass filter. So here the pass band gain is given. So this is equal to 2, and this gain pass band gain is also equal to 1 plus RF upon R1. So it will be equal to, here RF equal to R1, and we can choose the value of this resistance also if not given in the example. So here I am choosing the value of resistance is RF upon RF equal to R1 equal to 10 kilo ohm. So according to this example, let's construct the circuit using multisim software. So here, to begin, design the low pass filter using multisim software. This circuit is composed of a resistor, capacitor, and power sources and ground terminals, etc. So first we will select the op-amp 741 IC from the analog family, and in the virtual toolbar, and similarly we will select all the components from the virtual toolbar and design the circuit. So here, as you can see, this is the multisim software, and here this is the first you have to choose the OPAM 741 IC. So here choose the OPAM 741 IC and drag it, and then choose the register, select it and drag it, and then select the another resistance and then drag it, the third one resistance, and then here this is the capacitor, again drag it into the workspace and then select the ground terminal and plus VCC and minus VE also. So here this is the minus VE and this is the another ground terminal, drag it, again ground terminal, select it, now select the function generator and drag it and select the oscilloscope also. To obtain the output result we can choose the oscilloscope, and this is the bot plot. So using bot plot you will obtain the frequency response curve. You can also flip it, and here this is the capacitor, rotate it and then connect the one terminal of this resistor to the non-inverting terminal of op-amp, and capacitor is also connected here, and then ground it, and here the one terminal of this R3 resistance connected to the function generator input terminal, and minus terminal is connected to the ground, and the one terminal of this resistance R1 is connected to the inverting terminal of op-amp, and the this is the select the again ground terminal and drag it and then connect it to the one terminal of the resistance R1, and this is the another resistance, connect to the inverting mode of op-amp, and this is the output of op-amp connected to the CRO, and the negative terminal of that CRO is grounded, and the negative terminal of the bot plot is also grounded, and also this is ground, connect to the ground terminal, and the positive terminal of the CRO you have to connect to the function generator input terminal, and this is the 7 number pin that is used for plus VCC, and this is 4 number pin of 741 IC is used for minus VE, and another terminal of R2 is connected to the pin number 6. You can also change the value of this plus VCC and minus VE using this. Here the plus VCC and minus VE are plus minus 15 volt, and the minus terminal, negative terminal of this bot plot is also connected to the ground, and this positive terminal of bot plot connected to the pin number 6 of the op-amp. So you can also change the value of the resistance R2. So according to the example, the value of R2 is 10 kilo ohm. So here we can change the value of resistance R2, and similarly we can change the value of R1 also. So this is the 10 kilo ohm, and this R or C combination is used for filtering here. So in that example, the value of R is equal to the value of capacitor is equal to 0.001 microfarad. So here you can change the value of capacitor C, that is 0.001 microfarad, and here now the circuitry is completed. Run the simulation. So here, as you can see, after changing the amplitude, and changing the frequency, here that frequency is equal to we can increases the frequency also from hertz to kilohertz, megahertz, gigahertz. So here we are increasing the frequency range and set these parameters. You can also find out the output in form of AC or DC. So here you can there are the options in the CRO. You can choose any terminal AC or DC, and set the scale. In CRO there are two channels, channel 1 and channel B. So here you can increase the scale and see the output is in form of, just after increasing the frequency. Here the channel B scale is also changed. So you can change the scale. After changing this scale, you can find out the result. As you can see here, the output is in sine form. So after adjusting these scale or changing in the frequency and amplitude, you can find out the result at the CRO. So here this the output will be in sine form. So here in as you can see here at CRO, the output will be at pin number channel B. So this is channel A and channel B. So here the output will be obtained at channel number channel B, and channel A is used for input. So as you can see here, the channel A at channel B, the output will be in sine form. So these as you can see here, the output are in sine form, means your output is correct. Means in case of low pass filter, when we are applying the sine wave, then the output is in sine form. So as you can see here, by using bot plot, you can also find out the frequency response curve of the low pass filter. So after changing these magnitudes and frequency ranges, after adjusting these parameters, you can find out the value, uh, frequency response curve like this. So as you can see here, uh, in case of So as you can see here, when we increases the frequency, and then the output will be in uh, the frequency response curve like this. Now here, this is constant and then decreases. So this is the frequency response curve of low pass filter. So as you can see here, the output is in sine form, and now we got a very good frequency response curve of a low pass filter. So here, uh, this is the very good result when we are using with the help of multisim software. We can design any type of circuitry, and we can simulate the result. So in case of low pass filter, the output results are in good form. So these are the design step. You can design any type of circuitry with the help of NI Multisim software. So in the next lecture, we will design the PCB layout of low pass filter using Altiboard software. Thank you for watching.